the monkey's brain wouldn't work.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening to us.
I really cannot handle any more stimulation than my left hand can delve out.
Than it normally delves out, you mean?
Than it normally delves out.
Right.
And too many colors, too much noise, too many people talking at once.
People may not understand what we're talking about here.
Okay, we just got back from New York. We were there for the MTV Video Awards.
Right.
And I didn't see the entire show, so I will not comment on them. The part I saw was fine, but I hear people weren't nuts about the show. Although...
Huge rating, though.
Huge ratings. Yeah. Which just goes to show you that you don't have to deliver the product just as long as you pre-deliver the product in the form of advertisement.
It also had a great pre-show and a great... I watched it, actually.
You watched it. How was it?
It was really good to me.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, it really did.
All right. And I know your wife was very upset about the Marilyn Manson.
Oh, yeah, we had to leave during that.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah, we left.
Because she thought she was going to go to hell with the rest of the people in the room.
It just was too much for her. Yeah.
I never knew. Is she a religious woman, your wife?
Not particularly.
Oh,
this was still over the top.
She's talking my ear off about this Marilyn Manson and about the...
Is that true?
Yes.
That's pretty funny. Well, Marilyn, I don't know if everybody saw that. It was a pretty wild anti-social
I don't know.
statement.
Was she familiar with their work before the MTV?
Yes,
had she been following the band
but
much?
Somehow it truly offended her. If ultimately, it just violated every sense of propriety that she had.
Was it his ass?
No, she didn't even get to that part.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I realized I could never wear anything like that because of the amount of hair on my ass.
Yeah, I wonder if they think you're on some kind of costume, maybe.
I was wearing like a Angora underwear or something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, thank you for that, Drew. Anyway, I had a fun time, although I'm just too much drinking, too much staying out late, too much getting up early in the morning, and just completely spaced out.
New York is a stimulating city. And then, plus, you and I had been in Iowa, Chicago a few days before. That's just too much.
Yes, it was very bizarre.
So, here we are. We're back, and I'm actually, I was looking forward to this tonight as the sort of focal point of getting me back on track.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? I really was looking forward to coming.
I'll see if I can aid in that. Right. Alex.
Hi, Adam, I wanted to tell you that I was really impressed with your musical abilities, the guitar. Was that really you?
Yeah.
Ah, you were so good.
Oh, you mean with John Popper?
Yeah.
When was that, about 6 months ago?
Yeah.
When did that happen, Drew?
That was amazing, though.
This is 97?
Yeah, that was, I think that was about 10 days ago or so. We had John Popper in here from Blues Traveler. Last time John Popper was in, I brought out my horn.
Did you like John Popper's appearance in the Music Awards? Video Awards? Oh, you didn't see him, I guess.
No, I didn't see him. Although I heard John Popper was down in the green room, and I went down there to go say hi to him, but they wouldn't let me in. My favorite part about all concerts and award shows is all the places I can't get in. Whether it's a station I'm on or a TV network I'm on, I absolutely can't get in anywhere. And meanwhile, I'm seeing guys who work part-time for the record company and their 4 nieces and nephews just strolling right on by, flashing the laminate and heading right on down for some free beer and chit-chat with John Popper, but there's no way I was getting down there.
Yeah, that's right.
So, anyway, I didn't get a chance to say hi to him, but he was in here. He brought the harp. This time, I brought the guitar, and we jammed all night.
All right, Alex, what can we do for you? Don't
I was really impressed with myself as well.
No doubt. What's up, Alex?
All right. Well, first of all, I have a question, a little request, but I also wanted to tell you that I'm going to miss the show a lot because I'm going abroad this year. I'm not going to get to hear you for 11 months.
Oh, where are you going?
England?
I think we're on MTV in England, believe it or not, so you can watch it.
Yeah, but it's really expensive to get, like, cable over there.
Oh, is that right?
Like, basic cable is, like, $40.
What are you doing over there?
Well, it's not us, actually. It's not Dr. Drew, but I mean, it's a version of you.
No.
Your teeth are all messed up, and you're wearing a top hat, and you're drunk.
What are you going over there for?
School.
That's great.
I'm going to Norwich, which is 2 hours outside of London.
Wow.
So.
All right, so what do you want?
All right. Well, basically, I don't know if I'm bipolar, but I can't seem to stay like emotionally stable for a long amount of time. And like right now, things are going really well for me, and I'm like I can be really happy at points. I mean, I'm going to England, and like a lot of things are like working out. But I just seem to feel happy or depressed, and I don't know why that is.
Well, that is not bipolar. I mean, that might be something called cyclothymia, but more probably It is really just a sign of what's going on with you internally and the sort of dynamic issues you're dealing with.
Well, how happy and how depressed is the question?
Yeah,
because
I mean,
that's my range right there.
Right, especially at 19. Wasn't that your range, routinely?
No, my range was
depressed
and napping.
Right. Yeah. But if you had an opportunity to make yourself happy, it probably would have been temporary.
Now I range from napping to sort of uninterested to disheveled, which is a whole new thing I got working now. You can see I'm cultivating part of my disheveled look tonight.
In fact, there's like a stylish shirt you have. I've never seen you wear a shirt with a collar.
This is my grandpa's shirt.
All right.
My grandma passed it on to me a few weeks back. All right, so what are you going to do with Alex? Hurry.
Alex, unless you're having periods where you're so depressed that you can't function, or you're so manic, so up that you have disorders of thought, really, or there's bipolar in your family, I really wouldn't worry about that so much. The routine kinds of fluctuations that go on being 19 are really kind of profound, intense, and there's nothing abnormal about that.
You'll even out. Don't worry.
Process.
You'll lose your will, like Drew did. Drew, you sat at that MTV Awards. You never heard of anybody. You could have cared less, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so you've evened out completely.
Yes.
You don't have the highs and the lows anymore, do you?
Only insofar as it pertains to my kids, really.
You're just numb, right?
No, when you have kids, the whole
Then occasionally the kid has a solid stool or something, and you're on cloud nine for a few minutes, and then you're back to the numbness, right?
Yeah, it's flatter.
Christine.
Hi.
Hey.
Okay, my question is about 4 weeks ago, I had sex with this guy. And for the first few days, we were fine. We talked and everything. And then after that, he just, totally blew me off. And I haven't talked to him since.
How old was he?
He's 20.
20.
And
you're 16?
Yeah.
Had you had sex with anyone before this guy?
Yes, I have.
How many guys?
4.
4?
Yeah.
How early did you start?
I was about 14, 15.
Oh, wait a minute.
14 or 15.
Listen, there's no... You're 16.
You know when it was.
It's not like you're in your 70s and we woke you up or something. You know exactly how old you were. Now, how old were you? 14?
Real close to being 15, yeah.
Okay, so, Drew, if somebody dies and they're really close to being 15, what does the coroner put down on the death certificate as age?
14.
Oh, 14. He wouldn't write some abbreviation
to make it almost 15.
RCF or something like really close to 15. No, that's it.
That's it, 14.
Oh, it's great, though, by the way, Christine. In just a few short years, you'll be shaving years off. You know what I mean? You don't talk to a woman who's 37 and says, I'm knocking on 38's door. I mean, you might as well call
40.
me. Might as well call me 40 because I'm just this close to 38.
Right.
You start rounding down.
Oh, yeah.
Radio hosts do that, too, when they don't appear to be too much older than their audience. Mental note, I got to start doing that. Christine?
Yes.
So this is what a lot of guys do, especially 20-year-old guys when they're having sex with 16-year-olds.
The guy is suspect by virtue of what he's doing with you. His motivation is suspect. And many guys will have physical relationships and have no emotional contact, no emotional connection as a part of that. And that's really what you're experiencing here. And your anticipation is that because he slept with you, there's going to be this big relationship that follows. And most
or
guys,
even just a modicum of respect.
And for most guys, particularly a guy that says, excuse me, and for those people that have 20-year-old boyfriends where the relationship was working out, but the guy that's slimy enough to, if junior in college is willing to go out with a sophomore in high school.
It's funny.
Sleep with that.
It's funny, Drew. You look at, you will give... You will assign,
yeah, I know.
Yes, you will assign college assignments or designations to guys. To me, when you're 20, you're 20.
You're 3 years at work. Right?
Yeah, you've been working for 2.5 years or whatever.
And you're going back into the depths of high school to sleep with somebody that's probably illegal in your state. The guy is suspect, and the guy's not probably capable of much of a relationship, and he certainly, once he gets what he wants out of the relationship, is not likely to stick around.
Okay, so don't make him pay. Don't make us stink. Just learn. There you go. Barb.
Hi.
Hey, you're 26.
Yes, I am. And I just have a general birth control pill question. Kind of boring overall.
We'll take it.
I have a history of migraines, and I noticed that when I take birth control pills, I'm off of them right now, my migraines get a lot worse.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if I experiment with different birth control pills to see if maybe some of them work better for me.
With your migraines, do you have any neurologic symptoms? Or are they just headaches?
No, I get like blind spots.
Yeah, I get that is one circumstance that I have great reservation about women taking the pill when they have the neurologic symptoms associated with migraine.
Or what about Depo-Provera or Norplant?
Well,
Same thing?
Norplant certainly, and this is not. I'm not saying that it excludes the possibility of the pill, but that you really have to be very careful with the estrogen doses. And some women, it could even be the progesterone doses that contribute to this.
The progesterone, I went to just the low-dose progesterone, and that made them just as bad.
Right, see, it's not necessarily just the estrogen. But did you talk to a
Well, what
neurologist?
the hell do I know from estrogen
No,
and
it's a good
progesterone?
question.
Yeah, but there's...
You didn't know what you were asking, but it was still a good question.
Thank you.
Barbara, did you see a neurologist?
No, I don't. My gynecologist didn't seem to be too concerned about the whole thing.
Well, it's not. Again, it's not an absolute reason not to put somebody on the pill, but it's one that concerns me greatly because I've actually seen strokes from women on the pill.
All right, so she
with
should...
true migraines, vascular migraines. So I would consult. If I were working with you, I'd say let's get a neurologist involved with this and let's work all together and getting something that will work.
All right. Hey, are most gynecologists women now?
I don't know that. I don't think that's true.
But wouldn't you say,
A lot
let's
are.
say...
A lot are.
All right, but 30 years ago,
None.
none.
Virtually. I mean, it's very rare.
And now there's been
A
more
lot.
and more women.
Yeah.
The guys have been phased out. Moved over to proctology.
There's a lot of women in all fields of medicine, though. So
Do you think there's any gay gynecologists? Any gay male gynecologists?
I'm sure.
Think they charge extra?
Why?
Just think it'd be pretty rough if you're gay, just staring at vaginas all day long.
Really?
You know what I mean?
What if you're a straight urologist?
That's got to be rough too. I think they should be paid extra.
Okay.
I always tape a 20 to my penis when I see a urologist. This is a little something extra.
Very kind of you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just a little, hey, do a good job. Why not? You know, when I was in New York, I learned you have to tip everybody for everything.
For everything.
It's
like Las Vegas, right?
You have to tip everybody. Why not tip a guy who's working on your penis? Hey, if you're going to tip a guy because you want him to be careful with your luggage, well, this is the most valuable carry-on package you have is your penis. Why not? Why not tape a 20 to that thing? You don't think they'd be offended by that, do you, Drew?
Yes.
Casey,
Yeah, hi.
you're 23.
Yeah, I called a while ago, and both of you commented on my little girl voice and suggested that may be due to arrested development. So my question just was, I guess, what I can do to help that.
Wow.
Wow. It's going to take a lot of work. You have to move to New Jersey so that you can pronounce things like, hey, I seen that movie Hannah and Her Sisters. Little Woody Allen comedy there. Casey?
Yeah?
Drew and I have a theory. Actually, this is my theory. They're all my theories. Drew just decides which ones he wants to hook on to.
Right, which ones are real,
Yeah,
or viable.
and then he makes it his theory or
Then it's
our theory.
yeah. Then it is our theory.
No, it's my theory that you've jumped on.
That I validate.
Yeah, but that doesn't
No
make it
theory
ours.
until I validate
No, that's
it.
my theory that you endorse.
Validate, then it becomes our theory. Before
No.
that, it's not even a theory. It's not
It's
even a
my
hypothesis,
theory. It's
Nothing.
mine.
It's just wisecrack.
This is my theory, though.
All right, go
Okay,
ahead.
this is not our theory. This is my theory that Drew agrees with. Right, Drew?
Yeah.
Okay. Casey?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that when a woman has that little girl voice, there's something up. Something about pleasing Papa or something.
Okay,
We've
but-
seen it a few times. We've heard it quite a few times on the radio, and there's always something up with that little girl voice. So,
Well, whatever. I mean, it's at least symbolized at least a byproduct of arrested development. It's
Right,
somebody's-
right, I agree with that. I was just wondering what I can do to...
Well, the way.
Fix it.
well, let's just make sure is this your life? I mean,
Yeah,
okay, so you do have some arrested development?
yeah,
you were abused at some time.
yeah.
Well, a psychologist, seeing a therapist. That theoretically forming a genuine connected relationship with another human being will allow you to explore those feelings that are keeping you stuck in such a way as you evolve through them and then continue on your developmental process. But humans only do that by virtue of their connections with other humans. And you can't just do it by yourself. You can't read a bunch of self-help books. You got to go get some treatment, and that's what will help.
How about some voice training? Do you think she
No.
could do that?
No.
Why
Well, yeah,
not?
of course you could, but that's like, that's not
Oh.
what she's asking.
Well, she
I
wants
hope not.
I kind of think that's what she was asking. Casey?
No, that wasn't what I was
Okay, you want to do it the smart way.
Right.
You don't want to get like a, Berlitz cassette or something
No.
and speak with a heavy...
Rain in Spain.
Yeah, you don't want a French accent, right? Although that'd be pretty cool in that little girl's voice. All right, get some therapy and the voice will change.
Or at least something will change.
Well, you will not end every sentence with a question mark.
Right.
Okay. Missy,
Yeah.
you're 20.
Yep.
Hey, Blink-182 is going to be in here in just a few minutes.
Okay.
All right.
What's up?
Actually, Dr. Dre, I just want to tell you that I think you were totally adorable. And actually, my question is that...
Is that just Drew, or is that me, too?
Well, you're kind of hairy.
Missy, thank you.
It's warmth in the winter and lint in the summer. Wait a minute, I got to revise that. We need a good summer one.
There's no summer in Minneapolis, so...
Okay. Oh, you're calling from Minnesota?
Yeah.
Well, you should appreciate hair.
Anywho, no, my question for Dr. Drew is that I'm 20 years old and I'm dating this new guy. He's like 13 years older than I am, but I've dated lots of guys. And like when I lost my virginity at 18, and I've slept with like 14 guys, but this one that I'm dating now is like a complete keeper.
Just a quick sidebar. Adam came up with another one of his magical theories that I endorse, was that sort of women go through this period of heightened activity. Men do too, I think, between about 19 and 23, wouldn't you say? Is that what we decided?
Yeah, that's a woman's sexual wheelhouse. About 18, 19, 23, 24. That's where they get most of their work done. Those are the productive years.
Guys do that.
Those are the salad years.
Experimenting years, really.
Yeah, because a woman could sleep with 30 guys between the age of 18 and 23, and then between the age of 23 and 33 guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. But no, all the guys that I've dated, ever since I've been 15, have been 5 and 10 years older than I am, except for one guy I dated who was 30 years older than I am.
30 years older?
Yeah.
How old were you?
I was just about to turn 20.
Mm-hmm.
But my question is that the guy that I'm dating now, he travels a lot, he works a lot, and
Oh, could you imagine dating a 19-year-old at 50?
Bizarre.
Was this Roman Polanski?
no.
Nobody famous?
No, but Adam, you'd be proud of me. I met him in a porno store.
Oh, my...
So you knew this guy was all class.
He actually turned out to be a decent guy. I just got kind of...
So how'd you meet him? He had a stroke in one of the masturbatory booths, and you went over there to revive him, and it was love at first sight?
No, my friend and I were driving around downtown Minneapolis one night, and they were like, hey, let's go to Sex World. And
Oh, my God. All right, what's your question?
Well, how far wrong could you go when you go to Sex World? And listen, those I don't know if Sex World has those whack-off booths that a lot of the ones I've been to have, but there really should be an age. Obviously no one under 18 in there, but if I own one of those places, no one over 50. I don't need any trouble. And a guy, throwing out his back or having a hernia truss break, or I just don't need a guy having a stroke in there, in other words. I want healthy, strong men.
Alrighty then.
And your question.
Okay, my question is that, first of all, now, the fact that I've been with guys that are way older than I am since I've been 15, does that say something about me? And my other question is that, I've fallen bad for the one I'm with now, and he's a really great guy, and I trust him a lot, and for some reason, which isn't something I normally, freely and willingly do.
What isn't?
Trust. I don't just, deal out trust like I deal out cards,
Geez, I'm ready to gamble.
Yeah, the trust thing is sort of a clue.
Yeah?
We have time for this?
Well, we can squeeze in a quick gamble. All right? Or should we bring the band in? Maybe we'll gamble with the band.
All right. Well, they'll be there.
All right, but it's not fair. I mean, they didn't... I don't know. We'll fill them in about the call during the break.
Yeah.
And then there'll be some Loveline's famous gambling going on when we come back. All right, Missy?
Okay.
So stay put.
Okay.
I don't have sex with any corpses or older gents. All right?
All right.
All right. And when we come back, Blink-182 and some gambling.
Hey, this is Carrot Top, and even losers like me listen to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. Turn on your radio, they'll give you a big hug. It's Loveline, get it? Ow! Ow!
All right, Blink-182 is here. Scott, Tom, and Mark, welcome to the show, gents.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We will talk about Dude Ranch and other Blink-182 related subjects, but first we're going to finish this gambling. Now, you guys have listened to the show in San Diego for some time, and you're aware of the whole gambling concept.
Oh, yes.
Missy is our subject of our gambling tonight. She's 20 years old. She was with a guy who was 49 when she was 19, has always been with guys that are much older than she. Had a real good sexual run there between, was it 18 and 20? 14 guys. Not out of, that's a home run. It's not, it's not off the scoreboard, but it's about halfway up into the bleachers there. She was busy and has trust problems. So let's just check in real fast. Missy?
Yeah.
Was that a fair assessment of your situation?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. All right, we're going to gamble on you now.
Fantastic.
Well, this is a curious one, the older guy thing. Because it
could be a lot of things.
It could be a lot of things.
Yeah.
I'm
all right,
Drew, would you like to go first?
No, because I'm going to go way out on a limb, because I don't want to distract them anymore.
All right, Scott?
Sure, I'm going to say missing father and possibly a sexually abusive family member.
All right, let it go on. Fair enough.
That's pretty solid. Tom?
Bad bestiality. Some kind of form of...
She had sex with animal had sex with her?
I was just talking about me.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't know. That's
He had a fever?
Let's have Mark answer that. I don't know.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, Tom. You just hang back, and here's what you do, because this happens from time to time. We'll all give our answers, and then what you do is you kind of do a composite of ours. Pull out someone's alcoholism with a rape, combine those two, and there you have it.
A little compilation.
All right, and Mark, what do you think?
I'm just going to say bad diet.
No, okay. Now, please, you've listened to the show.
No, actually, I'll go with father left when she was really young. And
all right, how before the age of 8 or after 8?
I'm going to say before 8 because...
Before 8?
Yeah.
Okay. Father left before 8. Any abuse, anything like that?
No abuse.
Oh, just a little bit.
Just...
Just a little sprinkling of a dusting of abuse.
All right, a little abuse on the weekends.
Okay. Drew?
Go ahead.
I'm going with Dad died.
That's a good one.
Ooh.
I kind of got that vibe at the beginning here.
Okay.
Wow.
And that's it? Well, but
that's enough.
What's your name? I'm sorry.
Scott.
Scott said Dad's absent.
Yeah, but he didn't mean Dad died.
I mean just not available.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Went to go get some tacos or something.
Go ahead. Drew, would you go?
I'm going to say Missy was adopted at a relatively young age, not infancy.
Mm-hmm.
And the adopted parents kind of let her down in some way. I was trying to think of some way that would create this thing, but I couldn't come up with something.
All right, that's enough.
Like they got divorced when she was 16.
All right, Tom, I'm assigning you alcoholism.
Okay.
Not you personally.
But her dad. Missy's dad.
Missy's dad, alcoholic. That's a good, safe moneymaker.
Okay.
And if you win, I'm splitting the pot with you.
Okay.
All right. Missy.
Yeah.
All right, you're 20. What went on?
Okay. My father's an alcoholic.
Oh, you bastard.
And my parents divorced before I was born. Then they remarried when they found out that they were pregnant with me, and then divorced shortly after I was born.
Uh-huh.
And my mother was very abusive.
Your mother was abusive.
My mother is, she's manic depressive.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so nobody picked mother abusive.
Right.
That's actually kind of refreshing to hear about an abusive mother after night of hearing about abusive fathers. So, all right, let's just figure this out then. I am going to give Mark gets his buck back.
Thanks.
Boy, we really got to start making change now. He deserves a little more than a buck for the left before you're 8 thing.
Oh, yeah.
But that's a pretty obvious one. Tom, I'm giving you $2 for not coming up with any answer, but accepting the one I assigned you.
You should take your cut. You gave him alcoholism. You should take a cut of that.
Here, I'll give you $1 back for giving.
No, he's going to give himself plenty. Don't worry, guys.
No, this is the dollar I gave you, a-hole, and mine.
That's right.
All right.
Him back.
All right. So I'm taking that for my cut.
Yeah.
All right. Missy?
Yeah.
I hope, did the gambling help in any way? No.
No, but I did win $15 at the casino the other night, so.
Were you gambling on yourself?
No.
But you understand that we're trying to make the point that these sorts of relationships early in life create these kinds of patterns later.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, my question is that, I mean, I'm in love with a guy and I trust him a lot, which is, I mean, something...
Yeah, but obviously trust is a huge issue, and the probability is you're going to... I don't know, we don't know this guy, but I would bet your first opportunity to trust somebody would be with the wrong person. That'd be my guess.
It typically has been.
Yeah.
But, I mean, so far he's been really honest. He's been dating for like 3 months. And,
All right.
I mean, he's in the entertainment industry, and he travels a lot.
Well, that's not exactly good sign.
He's in the entertainment industry, and he travels a lot.
Yeah.
So you know you can trust him.
Yeah.
Well, he lives here, so
Where's here?
Minneapolis.
Oh, Minneapolis. That's right.
Is it Prince?
Well, we would just say if it is a good thing, don't freak out and blow it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because that'll be your other inclination. And hang on, if it's good, fine. I mean, what's 20? You know, we do
All
not.
right. Listen, everybody screws up their 20-year-old relationships anyway.
Right.
I mean, when you're
We
20, you
don't-
screw up.
we
So
don't
just
get-
go screw up and learn.
We don't get all worked up about age differences amongst adults.
Right.
You know, at 20, 21, you're an adult. You want to date a 33-year-old, that's your deal.
Okay. We're going to hear something from Dude Ranch, which is Blink-182's record, or CD, whatever they're calling them these days. And we will talk to them. But, Ann, what song are we going to play? Oh, we're going to hear Damn It. Okay. All right. Let's do that, and then we'll get to the itinerary and all that kind of stuff from Blink-182, Damn It. Hey, where's Blink-182? Damn It. Off of Dude Ranch, which is, I swear to God, I don't care if you like the music or not. Go get this CD. It's worth it just for the liner. Just for the graphics and the pictures and the whole 9 yards. Drew, take a look at this. I think you'll be mildly amused by it.
You guys bet on us. I mean,
Yeah, you might want to bet on us after you see that.
you have to look at the pictures.
You got to see the tub one where he's getting washed with the rag on a stick. That's always my favorite.
He was dirty.
All right, so Warped Tour is over. You guys are out with Les and Jake right now. You're going to be at the Palace tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
And I have an itinerary here that I'll look over and read at some point tonight. But then you're going up to Camp KOME, which we'll be at. And maybe we'll bring you out. I don't know. Drew, do we know who we're bringing out?
Ann has the itinerary.
So, Tucson, L.A., and this is about a 5-week tour with Les and Jake?
Right.
Yeah.
How do you like Les and Jake?
They're rad.
Good.
They're really
Way
good.
better than we are. It actually kind of sucks because we get blown away. Every night.
us up every night.
But they're opening for you, right?
No,
So we're
it's like-
trading off, actually.
Trading off.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because because you guys, I guess, are probably about the same, coming up at the same speed and about at the same places in your career. Would that be?
A little behind.
Yeah, we're yeah.
You're a
We're
little
just-
behind?
Yeah, we're a little behind they are.
Well, all right, but I'm not going to say that, am I?
No,
Yeah.
don't say that.
No.
Yeah,
We want people to know that.
it's just between us, right?
All right, so you get to flip-flop the opening gig.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's cool. And everyone gets along fine and no problem.
Yeah, they're just great guys, and I love them.
All right, well, let's not go overboard with the love. It's a long tour, and you can get lonely out there on the road. Believe me, I've traveled around with Drew. I know. Oh, don't we love each other, Drew?
Especially when we're out on the road.
You know, the beauty of me and Drew is we do like each other, but we like each other enough to just be rude as hell to each other constantly. Like, you know, it's kind of ironic, but the people that you don't like, you have to be kind of nice to because you're so guilty about not liking them that you think they're going to, you know.
Or you might
Right.
unleash something you don't want to say, or some angry,
Right.
retort.
Drew is great. Drew is, he is like a dog that loves to be beaten. He really doesn't care, and he never gets offended. Drew, do you ever get
No,
offended?
that's true, I don't.
And I'm mean to you, right?
Oh, yeah.
Leave me alone, shut up, Drew. Yeah, my
Well, my favorite thing is if we're in an elevator yelling at each other, the people around just get very uncomfortable when you talk to me.
I broke wind in front of him last tour.
Oh, that's
I
offensive.
mean, that's never happened before.
Actually, wasn't. I guess we call going out of town for 2 days a tour. All right, we'll be back with more Blink-182 and perhaps more gambling, more me, more you, more Drew, all after this.
Hiya, Dr. Drew. I still like it.
Hey, the local H. Blink-182 is here. That would be Scott, Tom, and Mark. The name of the CD is Dude Ranch, and I'll tell you, it is Drew, aren't you?
He
It's
is.
really cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, I like that. It's nice when you have a band with a sense of humor. There's and a graphic artist. This stuff's amazing.
And bull testicles.
Wow, and there's a whole like Dude Ranch scenario going on.
There's a whole fantasy land inside.
There really is, and most of it penis related, but that's good.
It's like naked Disneyland.
Shall we get some
We didn't
calls?
want that, but our record label was very adamant about it.
I'm sure. Yeah, I know they can be. Drew?
Calls.
Yes, calls. All right. Just having a good time with the band.
Yeah.
Jay, you're
Just doing
17.
my job.
All right.
Hello. I was wondering, first of all, I love you guys. I listen to your show all the time. Blink-182. I don't know you guys too well. I don't really listen to that kind of music too much, but...
Well, let me jump in for a second here,
Go
Jay. There's been many, many bands we've had on this show over the years that people didn't know real well
Yeah.
when the band was on, and then came to find out that they didn't care later on. No, I didn't have a good point.
Just as bad.
No, we have lots of bands that are sort of on the way up and may not be your cup of tea or may not be played on your station, but somehow 6-8 months down the road after their appearance here on Loveline, they seem to hit and then they won't come back on.
Sugar Ray was one of those. Remember that?
Sugar Ray is going to be in
But
here,
they're coming
though.
back. I know.
Yes.
So there's a new trend afoot.
Yes.
We'll see these guys back when they leave.
Yes, we will.
How about tomorrow?
All righty.
I'm kind of
How about tomorrow afternoon?
What are you doing?
All right, Jay, what's going on?
Okay, I got crabs a while ago, and I want to know how I can get rid of them.
A while ago?
Yeah.
And
well,
you-
I mean like 4 months ago, 3 months
And
ago.
you never had them treated?
No.
How do you know they're crabs?
Well, how did they look like crabs?
Where are they?
In my pubic area.
Did you have sex with somebody around that time?
Yeah.
Well, go get treated. It's miserable. I mean, there are various shampoos and soaps. I mean, the time-honored one is something called Quell, and there's Rid, and there's a couple other ones out there.
All right, but after 4 months, you need a Wrangler.
Yeah.
Forget about the shampoo. You need some guy in chaps with a cigar hanging out of his mouth going, just moving on there. Yeah.
Well, is all this stuff prescription or?
There is some. I think Rid is over the counter, but you're gonna after a few months, you're gonna definitely need prescription medication.
Oh, okay.
Just call your family doctor or go to the emergency room. I mean, there's plenty of ways
Why-
to get access.
Have your mom pick it up for you.
Why after, have your grandparents swing by the 5 and dime on their way. No, all right, Drew, why wouldn't the over-the-counter stuff work at this
It's
point?
not as strong.
It's
I mean,
not,
he's
yeah.
infested. I mean,
All right,
Well, this is the thing, you know. It's like you can see most of them, can't you? They're big enough, right?
well, they are now.
they're like it's got half the size of the head of the pin.
Yes, I can see them.
Oh, they are.
Yeah. Why?
Well, I don't know. I didn't notice them until about a month ago.
Yeah.
But the last time I could have gotten them was about 4 months ago.
Okay.
So
They've been
that's why.
All right.
And
Well,
was there a lot of scratching and irritation down there?
No, actually, I don't have any problems at all.
Do you think after this period of time that there's going to be some feelings of loss? I mean, have you named any of them?
Well, I have grown quite affectionate with a few of them.
I should say. Oh, Jay.
I have a little jar where I keep some of them.
You are all class. You're going to have to wash all your sheets, wash
Right.
all your
Yep,
clothes.
yep, vacuum your room.
I'd just torch the place and collect the insurance. I really would. 4 months.
Including his pubic area.
Oh, Jay.
Yeah.
Jay, what is your time schedule? Let me see.
Come here.
Like, if you had a rusty sprinkler key go through your abdomen, would that be about 3 days before you went in? Or, like, let's say your hand was on fire. Would that be like an hour and a half
A week
before
ago,
you
my hand
put
caught
it
on
out?
fire.
well,
I'm noticing
well,
some discomfort.
I am a pretty relaxed guy, so I'm never in a hurry to do anything.
You certainly are. But this is the time for even the heshiest of stoners to motivate. You smoke a lot of weed, Jay?
Yeah, actually, I do.
All right.
Wow,
I
man.
knew
This
it.
is
Haven't had the
crabs,
time.
Man.
This is definitely a pot-related situation
Yeah.
that Jay has going here. This is, I was going to do it tomorrow, but we're running a Saved by the Bell marathon.
I have a question, actually, Dr. Drew. Is this something you can get from toilet seats? Because we spend a lot of time on the road, and, there's toilets everywhere that sometimes you don't take the
suppose
time.
You could, but I mean, toilet seats, you're not really going to get anything significant from it. It's
He collects
very
toilet seats.
unusual to get some off toilet seat. It
Right.
really would be. Yeah.
You guys ever had crabs?
No, but I'm just wondering if I need to take the time to put down the little gasket thing.
Does that thing work? Huh?
It's not a bad idea.
That liner?
If you don't mind doing
I
it.
heard
But,
they eat the gasket thing if they're hungry.
but look, I've treated an awful lot of people with an awful lot of infections. Never seen anything from a bathroom or a toilet seat.
Really?
And really what people are concerned with there, again, from a public health standpoint, is more fecal contamination and things like, salmonella and stuff that are more serious medical conditions.
Whoa.
All right, I have a protective layer of hair. It's really, it's like why polar bears can just go right into the Arctic water and then fall asleep on a block of ice and not even feel it. I have that same thing. And they gives off oil and stuff that repels water, and crabs. Yeah, I'm like an otter down there. My ass is very playful too.
Yeah, I heard that.
My ass will sometimes dive down. It will get like an oyster and then crack it on a rock, and then my ass just floats along the tub on its back and will eat the oyster right out of the shell.
Were you just in Monterey?
Yes.
I think I saw you there.
All right.
He looks for asses.
Lisa.
Yeah.
You're 16.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey.
I have a kind of moral dilemma to deal with, and I don't know really what to do with it. I met, like about a month ago, I met a guy at a local coffee shop, and, he asked me for my phone number, and we've been talking.
How old is he?
I think he's 19.
What do you think? That's what he tells you he is, right?
Well, yeah.
What do you think he is?
I don't know. I mean, probably like 20-ish.
All right.
It doesn't make a whole lot of difference to me. As long as he's like under 21, I'm okay.
Why?
Because I've had problems with guys like over 21 before.
Why was I picking up on that from the moment she started talking?
This is not the issue, though.
All right.
The problem is that I've been hearing from a couple of people that he has AIDS.
How do you know people that know somebody that you met at a coffee shop?
Oh, they're friends of his.
People you met since meeting him?
No, I knew these people before I met him.
Adam, do you get what I'm getting at?
Yeah, did they introduce you to him?
Like, casually, like, this is so-and-so.
At the coffee shop, okay.
And then, like,
right.
I was there later, and he said
I
hi.
see, okay, got it.
Anyway.
Drew, why are you dwelling on that? Big deal.
I just want to get the thing straight. Go ahead, so.
Sorry about that. But I've heard from, like, 3 different people that he's got AIDS, and I don't know whether to believe it or just to think that it's a really nasty, malicious rumor.
Why would they tell you that if it weren't true?
I don't know.
Why don't you ask him?
All 3 of them have said, well, this may just be a rumor, but I heard.
Mm-hmm. How was he supposed to have contracted it?
I have no idea.
Why don't you ask that question, too?
Well, who's she going to ask that of?
The people that have, I mean...
they don't know. It's just a rumor.
But the rumor may have some foundation on his previous behaviors. You know what I'm saying? If they say, well, he's been on heroin for 10 years, well, then you know it's a reasonable probability that it's true. You also know something more about the guy.
Lisa, do any of these people know anything about him, or do they just know him casually?
They're probably more casual friends. One of them, I think, is reasonably close to him, but...
Well...
why don't you find the one that's reasonably close and ask her what's going on with this guy?
Okay.
All right.
Listen,
what is the big deal? This is not the...
I mean, the big deal is the
homework
problem.
hotline. We can't guide every teenager that calls. Just go talk to people.
You have to ask. How about asking him?
I don't know.
Weird.
I mean, like, should I... I don't want to ask him, though.
Well, people should be used to asking people what their risks are and things. Really, I mean, they should be asking how many partners.
I know, but that's...
drugs. I mean, he's got to know. Would you buy a used car from somebody? Will they ask him where the car's been? What kind of problems he had with it? I mean,
by the time at this point becomes important, she should already be honest with him enough to be able to ask him this, right?
I mean,
right.
First of all, the whole thing is suspect. That's why what I was getting at from the beginning. It already she sounds like a good victim to me. I get that feeling from her.
Yes.
And I don't want to gamble again, but you just get that feeling.
Yes.
So there's somebody older in a coffee shop coming after her, a good victim. The whole situation's already suspect. Now, if he's also HIV positive, that's another whole element to this relationship. And I would want to know how he contracted it. And if he's a drug addict, is he a using drug addict? A lot more needs to be known about this guy.
All right, so here's the deal. When there's a lot of question marks, proceed with caution. And don't rush into stuff.
And don't deny. Ladies and gentlemen, deal in reality. Accept reality on reality's terms. Don't be afraid to ask questions for fear of what you're going to find out. Find out what you're going to find out, and then cope with it. Deal with it. Accept it.
All right, but see, I can't do that either, Drew, so I don't try to pass that along.
Well, at least...
Remember the time we were in the plane and the engine didn't start,
yes.
And I was too scared to say anything because I didn't want to embarrass myself?
Yes.
But I thought we were going to crash when we took off?
Yes. Same deal.
I was willing to... I was going to risk death.
You didn't want to be embarrassed.
I didn't want to make a scene.
I always hit shotgun on planes because
the engine did not turn on until the last second.
We were flying in a prop plane, and the wing on my side, the engine was not going, and we were getting ready to take off. Mm-hmm. And I was sure that the pilot wasn't aware that the engine wasn't going, and I was ready for us to just cartwheel down the runway. And I thought, I think I'm going to say something. Then I thought, and risk it? Risk looking like an ass? No.
Wouldn't you just go in circles?
Well,
you won't be able to go. After 45 minutes of circles, I asked.
I'm not Chuck Yeager, but here's what I think would happen. I think we would start our approach and I mean start our takeoff and get going and eventually start pulling one way or the other and then cartwheel into a ball of flames going down the runway.
But at least you wouldn't be embarrassed.
Yeah, that's right. I'd go with some dignity.
No, I totally back you on that because I don't like asking questions either.
Last thing you hear is, I knew it.
But back to stay with the caller, with Lisa, the point is she wasn't even willing to ask any further questions of anybody that had a realistic appraisal of this guy because she didn't want the reality.
Right.
Now
that's different. If I had the pilot's buddy next to me, I would ask him 1,000 questions. Is this guy drunk? Is he qualified? Is he a stable guy? What's going on with the engine?
What's his number?
How come we only get one packet of those nuts to deal with those? All right. When we come back, more Blink-182. And Drew, why don't you sell the hell out of the next call?
I got to find a good one here. Here's
Wait, why isn't the one you wrote down a good one?
It's not a good one to
tease.
Tease. All right. Is he at risk for alcohol? Some parents are not. Other family members are.
Okay, you want to say that in English now? Spit the marbles out and sell it, Drew. Come on.
Wants to know.
14 years in radio, he can't sell a call.
Wants to know if he is at risk for alcoholism because although his parents are not, other family members are.
Okay, I'm not even going to stay for that one.
Right.
All right, let's go smoke.
Yeah, let's go smoke.
They got themselves a CD out called Dude Ranch. I recommend it highly just for the big black bull and the big black bull testicles. Clearly marked on the cover. And they don't have to put like a star over that when it's in the stores. Like,
no, that's legal.
We actually had them circle them in a lot of stores. Sold a lot better.
Actually, you know what? Some places wouldn't hang up posters of that at a point of sale or whatever it's called because they were offended of the bull testicles. But it's nature. It's natural.
It's beautiful. That's love.
Have you ever eaten those, Drew?
Yes, I have.
You have? Yes?
In Wyoming, once I ate them. They fry them.
No comment.
Are they good?
They're called, what are they? Rocky Mountain oysters.
Oh, you cook them?
I've never done it, but I was at a...
I'm going to try that.
There's a cowboy bar in the hell's a ski town in Wyoming. Jackson Hole.
That's a euphemism for gay bar. Drew calls all gay bars cowboy bars.
Was it the one with all the saddles?
Yes,
Up against, yeah, we've been there.
Wait, we've been there.
To me, this is the last part of a bull that you eat. You eat the tail and the horn before you get to the nuts.
How did we discover that? Well,
and the hoof, yes. And whatever the hoof stepped in before you get to the nuts. All right, we will be back in 10 seconds.
They fry it?
How many do you eat?
I can't remember.
Are they cylindrical?
They're sliced. They're like...
Do they come in pairs?
They give you a whole basket of them.
Is it fattening?
It's fried. It's not good for you, but it's high. I imagine it's testosterone, but I don't know how much that you actually absorb.
Oh, you can eat?
Wow. Did you feel very virile after that?
I felt very full afterward, thank you. And
I mean, you topped off on testicles.
I couldn't eat another bull ball. Oh, my God.
Give me some mold and testicles.
Do you have the sack? I'd like to bring some home. All right, Blink-182 is here, and it's back to the phones. We go. Is this the one you sold, Drew, by the way? Tyler. Hey, you're 15. What's going on?
Well, I'm kind of wondering. I have some relatives who are alcoholics. No one, yeah. They're recovering anyway, been through treatment and everything.
Right.
My parents aren't alcoholics as far as I know. Never. Or don't usually drink or anything. Just wondering if I'm at higher risk.
Well, whose sibling? These are aunts and uncles that have had it?
Yeah, grandparents.
Grandparents.
Lots of people around.
Whose parents had it?
Both, actually.
Both parents.
Yeah.
And so what sometimes happens is people who have grandparents who are alcoholic will really stay away from alcohol. They just they have such a horrible experience growing up with it that they just never touch it. And because they never develop a relationship with alcohol, they never manifest any of the features experience with their alcoholic parents, and so they never touch alcohol.
So they could be in denial.
Well, they do drink and everything, just not heavily.
Well, okay. Well, do they have any momentum with it? Meaning, do they seem to kind of...
Not that I know.
And they don't have any significant personality changes or anything like that?
Like that.
What do you do, Tyler? You do anything?
Oh, a little bit.
Is something happening with you that makes
pot?
you concerned you might be in trouble?
Oh, a little bit of pot, but...
What's a little bit?
Just, I don't know, probably a couple times a month.
And is it something you're thinking about all the time?
No, not at all.
All right. So it's certainly not a marijuana dependency. And whether or not you have alcoholism, it's a low probability. I can't tell you it's zero because we're not really clear on your parents, but it doesn't sound like they have the genetic potential. Okay.
All right.
So it's probably a pretty safe situation.
Not an increased risk or anything?
Not unless one of your parents have it.
Right.
Again, the situation, the picture you're painting for me suggests they don't have it, though it's still suspect.
All right, Tyler.
All right, thanks.
Easy on the weed. All right, Tyler's one of those.
That's the way he is on no weed.
Tyler's watch is running a little slow. You know what I'm saying? There's some guys, there's people that just run at different speeds. Like, there are people, I believe, who should smoke weed once in a while. They're like little spider monkeys.
Why you keep telling me that?
No, because your feet move fast, but your brain moves slow, Drew, so you're all right. Wow. You get a lot of stuff done during the day, but you're not a hyper guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, Drew's a very mellow guy who takes care of business. But there's a lot of guys that are just hyper. They're a lot of guys and women. They're real tense. They're uptight. They're going a mile a minute. They're talking your ear. Your wife, she needs to smoke some weed. Please, Drew. You're a doctor. You could get some for her, couldn't you?
I think you should talk more.
Or would she?
All you're concerned about is the effect on you.
I would like.
I like it when she talks a lot.
I would like your wife to get stoned before I see her each time. I think it would just make the experience that much more rewarding for her. But there's others that are running real slow. And when you're running real slow and you smoke the weed, it's like it just grinds you to a halt.
Yeah.
And Tyler over here seemed like he wasn't on the spin cycle. No. All right. Mike?
Yo, hi, Adam.
Hey,
there we go.
Okay.
You're 39.
Yes, sir, and it is an honor to be speaking to you, sir.
Thank you.
And welcome back. Anyway, I recently had an affair with a woman at work, something I swore I would never do, and now I can see why. Things were going fine for about a month and a half, and then, I don't know, suddenly she just would not speak to me anymore. She will barely acknowledge my presence. I'm really not sure why.
Have you tried asking her?
Well, I've tried. She will not speak to me. She won't answer my calls. I even tried writing her. I got no response. So anyway, I just said, I'll just,
Gotta fire her, right?
Stalk her.
I had gas in bed once, too.
So anyway, but now the problem is occasionally now I am having to supervise her at work, which makes things rather
your
difficult.
Turn.
And I'm wondering, I just hate leaving it like this. I just like to know what I did to offend her so badly. And I don't know if
it's definitely,
or should I just drop it?
I think you should probably drop it. This is a real chick thing, because if you did corner her, she'd give you that line, which I've gotten many a time. Listen, if you don't know what you did, I'm not going to tell you, which doesn't really make any sense. Because the whole reason I'm asking is because I don't know.
All that I got out of her was that I had lied to her twice, and I was smothering her. But
you got to play hard.
More specific than that.
Well, Mike, that's something to go with. That's enough to work with, right there.
What I did,
But
just
Mike,
the smothering. You could lie once and smother. That'd be enough.
Mike, she told you what you did.
Yeah, but
Mike,
hold on. Mike, part of the ability to smother is not being able to take smothering as a criticism.
Right, to be in denial of what it is you do when you smother, or else you wouldn't do it.
But up until that point,
when you say smother, you don't mean try to kill her with a pillow. It's an emotional thing, right? Because she won't talk to you if you tried that one.
Yeah.
Did you call her all the time, or were you going over?
No, I don't think I did. We would meet like once a week, and it was pretty much just for sex. There was no implied, nothing else was ever implied. It was basically a sex thing. We would meet like every weekend. I would either go to her place or she would come over here, and we'd basically just meet.
Is anybody in any other relationship?
No, I'm divorced, and she's like in her mid-40s and never been married.
Did you start coming after her a little bit?
Huh?
Did you start coming after her for more than that?
Well, I did about midway through the relationship. I tried like to get it going something more, and she said no, she just wanted to keep it fun. So I said, okay, fine. So I thought we were just, having a good time. But
here's the deal. And, it's really sad that in order to keep a relationship fun, you can't talk.
Yeah, right.
But it's so true. The minute you start talking, the fun's out the window.
I exactly know exactly what you mean.
So you just go to her house, put your penis through the mail slot, and read like the Utney Reader, and then leave 10 minutes later?
No, we just go over there, and we'd have some fun, and, spend a couple hours together, and that was about it. But, I mean, that's all. Apparently, that's all.
Okay, but here's the deal. The woman is, 44 years old and never been married.
Right.
Which says to me...
I know. Yeah.
That she has some apprehension about being involved with somebody.
I definitely got that impression, too.
Yeah, to me, at 44, I think you should be divorced maybe once, 1.5 times, or something like that. But never being in a relationship, bad at 44.
Right.
Or never in a serious relationship. Divorced, as many times as Liz Taylor was at 44. That's bad. You need somewhere in between, which is I've ventured and lost.
Mm-hmm.
But she's not a venturer.
Mm-hmm.
If I were you, you should just go to her house and just hang out and look in the window and just see what's going on.
No. Look, you're in a supervisory role.
No, that's the other
Look.
That's part of supervision, isn't it, Drew?
You're in a supervisory role.
Masturbating on the lawn.
Be happy you're out of the relationship, behave in a professional manner, and just keep a professional distance. Forget it. Okay.
Okay.
You're asking for
Drew.
trouble.
I will take your advice because you are brilliant.
Thank you.
Okay.
What are you doing later?
Yeah, listen, she's that old. She's never been married. She's claiming that she's being smothered, and that poor guy was thick as a brick.
I never saw him naked.
Stacy.
Hi.
You're 23.
Yeah.
Tom is just amusing the hell out of himself over there with his penis references.
What's going on, Stacy?
Well, I just want to know, first of all, I'm married, and me and my husband, I think we have a good sexual relationship. It's just that I don't have as much of a sex drive as he's expecting.
What's happening, and what is he expecting to happen?
Well, we have regular sex, nearly every day. And he mainly wants me to come on to him more than him coming on to me.
So he wants you to initiate once in a while.
Yeah.
And you're not comfortable doing that.
Well, I'm comfortable doing it. It's just, in other words, I could go for sex without quite a while.
So in other words, if he had to wait around for you to initiate, he'd be very unhappy.
I'm sorry. What?
If he had to, if your relationship was such that you would have to wait for your initiation, it'd be a longer period of time, and he'd be unhappy with that.
Exactly.
So far, that's been my policy with the Spice Girls. I'm going to drop it. I'm now going to begin the initiation process.
You're going to go after that.
Yeah, it's been like 8 months.
I saw you with Serena from MTV. I saw you out there in the hall.
Have you? You guys don't know the Serena from MTV.
I love her work.
She does the MTV News.
Great work, yeah.
She's. I had a couple of beers in me. We were over.
She said more that he cornered her, and she said she stayed and talked. Big mistake. If you're a woman and you say more than you do more than just answer Adam's question, then walk on, he thinks you are asking for a ring.
Right.
Right. It's like what they tell you, what the cops tell you about with street crime. Don't establish eye contact. Look down at your feet. You have to walk with purpose.
Right.
You know what I mean?
She made the grave error of meeting eyes and talking about the weather.
This Serena is so amazing looking. She really is. And she can talk. She can really put together sentences, Serena. She does a wonderful job on the MTV News. And I was standing there, and she came right up to me and introduced herself and started talking. And, this is a bizarre thing for me. I've been doing the radio and the TV for just a very small portion of my life. Normally, in my past career, such as carpet cleaning, construction work, or a boxing instructor, you have to go up and tackle women.
No, you have to go.
I have to go up and tackle women. There's no way someone like Serena's going to come up and talk to me. It's just impossible. So I was caught off guard, and maybe I overdid it a little bit. But she's such a she's a vision, this Serena. Drew, you saw her, right?
Yeah.
Amazing.
I made the mistake of interrupting your stream of consciousness. I walked up, I said something. I thought, gee, I violated the code of silence here. I backed away. I thought
I did one of those great compliments where I told her, not only are you good looking, but you can talk good. Which is a very rare combination.
That's great.
Yeah, it's great to be condescending and complimentary at the same time. She knew the spirit in which it was intended, I believe. Stacy.
Uh-huh.
So, you had a question about Serena?
What was the question?
What you want?
Well, I also have another question.
Well, so all right.
Oh, the sex thing.
So his either he has to wait for you to initiate, or he has to be satisfied with the way things are. What's your other question?
Yeah, well...
He needs to compromise. Sounds like you're up for a compromise, but he needs to also compromise.
Yeah.
All right. What's
well,
your other
it's just an ego thing. Listen, if you're a guy and every time you initiate sex once a day, for Christ's sake, and your wife is willing, that's enough.
But there is a symbolism
Don't
implied.
screw with that
Look,
chemistry.
Some people need to feel like they are wanted and need and stuff. He needs to see that symbolism. But the fact,
He still acts as if he's still in his peak.
yeah, but that's not the point. He wants to know that you find him attractive and you're after him. And this
yeah,
kind
but Stacy, your job is to do that while you're having sex, and I'm guessing that's what he's complaining about. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he approached Stacy and said, hey, I'm feeling naughty, let's head into the bedroom, and you guys went in there and you were all over him, he wouldn't have any complaints.
No,
Well, sometimes he's a little too naughty, and we like to make videos.
Oh, yeah, go!
And sometimes I don't feel comfortable.
Well, we're going to have to see the videos to further discuss.
We
need
really
more,
can't assess it without that information.
And another thing is he's into menage a trois.
Ooh. Have you guys done that?
Huh?
Have you guys done that?
No.
No.
Oh.
You've done a few of those? You say you're married?
Yeah.
Was it a guy or a girl that came in?
It was a guy, and then we had one with my friend.
Whoa.
And this didn't screw up your relationship a little bit?
Where do you live?
No, it actually kind of strengthened it a little.
It brought the three of them closer together.
How?
Two of us.
How did it do that?
I don't know.
You're calling and complaining about the relationship.
Well,
he's complaining to you about the relationship.
Well, we haven't had one for quite a long time.
Is it before you got married or after?
It was before and after.
During the marriage.
Yeah.
During the ceremony, actually. Wait, Stacy, you did one with a girl and one with a guy?
Uh-huh.
And was he doing anything with the guy?
No,
Was that his idea or was that yours?
It was his idea and his friend's
He
idea.
goes, hey, why don't I bring a guy? What do you think about that?
Well, it was
Stacy,
I would have a vigorous penis screening before I did this. The last thing I want is like John Holmes walking into the room.
Yeah, you don't.
Where the shadow of the penis comes in like 10 feet before the guy comes down the hall, and you're like,
Here we go.
I would have brought tattoo.
I'm going to predict the future.
Oh, I've known him long enough. I think he's pretty damn straight.
Well, okay, here's to predict the future. He has some problem with intimacy, okay? And so for him, intimacy is about bigger and better sexual exploits as a way of trying to find some sort of gratification, which he will never find. And he will constantly be on you for more and different, and eventually will stray, I suspect, because this is not a healthy way to conduct oneself. It does not lead ultimately to any kind of fulfillment. It leads to more frustration and the focusing on your inadequacies rather than his need to find a way to real emotional connection and fulfillment. I suspect did he have abusive parents or something?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, and that's
kind of very abusive.
okay. And so that's
all right. I'm giving Drew $1.
That's good. That was really good. I'll give him $1.
I lost my dollar already.
No, I'll give him $1. Drew, you take $1 from me?
No, thank you.
Thank you.
What's wrong with my money?
It smells funny, but I get a much more fulfillment out of taking it from Adam. But Stacy, so this is you're in and on your way into more trouble, and please be careful because this is the way this is what marriages fall apart.
Here's the problem sexually when you have to keep upping the ante. Eventually, you peak out.
Oh,
well, there's that whole you go into that whole realm of like feces and stuff, and then it gets crazy. And
Right.
It's just like, is there something you want to tell us?
No, I spend a lot of time at their family reunions.
It's messy.
No, it's just like looking at, when you're 15, you start looking at Playboy, or however old you are, you start looking at Playboy, and then that's not enough, and then you start looking at the gnarlier things, and then like pretty soon
you're 16.
Pretty soon you're 16, and you're like
walking the streets,
looking at like the 40-year-old women with big boobs and those kind of magazines.
And he's like, Mom, I want to go to Grandma's.
Right.
Aren't you guys into that?
I am.
Okay.
The ante has to the bar keeps being raised,
Right.
and then eventually it screws things up in the relationship.
Well, I
This
mean-
guy videotapes, then it's a frequency thing. Now he's bringing people in, and
I can't imagine a healthy relationship where you're bringing another person.
We got to bring in help from the outside.
It just doesn't work. All these people are outraged. How can you say that? Well, if you're screwing around in college, you know that's fine. But if you're really trying to maintain a genuine relationship, that's not the way humans work. They just don't work that way.
what do you do when your friend is banging your wife, by the way? I mean, what is your role?
You ask the wife to leave, and you just keep it with your friend.
You going to pick me up for work tomorrow?
Do you like high five, like, hey, all right, you got laid? Yeah, I know it was your wife.
Yeah, that was good. I like that.
Your wife's insane.
Steve.
Yeah.
Hey, you're 17.
Yep. First of all, Adam, Drew, Blink, all you guys are just cool as hell. And I look up to you.
Thanks.
Being a young person.
Who do you look up to? I hope
Yeah,
it's not
that's not so good.
Adam and Drew especially.
Oh, okay, that's good.
All right. But, oh yeah, and in regards to that guy that called in with the crab problem,
Mm-hmm.
personally, I wouldn't just sit back while there are crabs kicking in on my pubes.
That's good advice.
No, that's just
You'll never
how
be
I was
lonely.
raised. But anyway.
This is how you were raised?
Yeah.
All right, now there's a few things, you know. Don't take any wooden nickels and keep the crabs if you get them.
It's like my grandpa used to say,
Yeah.
no penis chilling with the crabs.
That's just how I was raised, though.
I used to put chum on my penis and then around. I don't know.
So, Steve?
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, my question is like, well, you know, there's a stage that I fondly refer to as the limbo stage, right? And limbo is right after a guy.
That's what we call refractory stage.
Exactly. That's limbo, all right?
Yeah, purgatory.
Basically.
After you have the orgasm?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean sleep?
Is that Ram mode?
That's limbo.
That's for you.
So-
For Adam, is refrigerator.
Right. I either head to the fridge or I do the refractory period pose down in front of the full-length bathroom mirror.
The river
That's where I stand there
The thinning mirror.
in a towel doing basically what pro wrestlers do when they're being interviewed.
I put a towel on my head, slap on some tap dancing shoes, and I say,
So, Steve, you want to know what to...
Yeah, well, ideally, I would love to just go to the fridge, but unfortunately, my girl would just want to rather keep going.
Uh-huh.
So my question is this. Is there like a way or like a breathing exercise I can do so that I can stay strong through the limbo phase?
Well, why don't you put off the limbo phase another 6 minutes or so? I mean, what about... How long does it take you to get to the limbo phase?
Like 50, 40 minutes.
You read.
yeah, right.
How low can you go, Steve? I mean, is it 45 minutes, seriously?
Yeah.
And your
good night.
and your girlfriend's not done in 45 minutes?
She's a multiple kind of person.
Yeah, but even multiples
Personality?
need to take a breather once in a while. Steve, you should be able to get the job done in the 45.
Or like 15 seconds.
You should do like an alley-oop kind of thing where she starts for a while beforehand. You just come in and kind of slam dunk it. You know what I'm saying?
Right, where like Spud Webb feeds you from half court.
Right, like
Yeah.
you know, she does the leg work and you get the.
And we're talking, I mean, seriously.
You get the
put on-
glory.
Put on a full basketball uniform.
So, all right, Steve, how long is the refractory period, seriously?
About close to 5 minutes.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my God.
What are you going to do? Poor Steve. So he has
Yeah.
sex for 45 minutes, then he has 5 minutes of downtime, and then he has sex for another, half hour?
What about Kegels? Do guys do Kegels?
No, we're not talking to Steve anymore.
Why, you think it's full of crap? All right, what about the other people that want to reduce the limbo period? What about the Kegel?
There's no way to reduce the limbo period. We can, there are ways to try to delay the limbo period. And Kegel is one way, theoretically.
Do guys do Kegels too?
Guys can do Kegel. That might control.
How are you hip to the Kegel, Tom?
I'm hip to the bagel.
You know the
No.
Kegel?
Yes, I've heard a lot about it. I have a few books and videotapes.
Oh, really? Drew, how does this work?
Well,
These are-
Tom failed out of human sexuality, so he knows what's going on.
Contracting the muscles of the floor of the pelvis. The
Right.
muscles you'd use to, say, interrupt your flow of urine. You just we're working them out, quite literally.
And you do like a set, like you're doing a set of chin-ups.
Right.
Right?
Exactly.
All right. Drew, sell the hell out of the next
We got
call,
a question
please.
for the band.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Back with Blink-182 and a question after this. All here from Blink-182. That is Drew. I am Adam. Phone number 1-800-LVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. And Drew was just saying that he went to open house today for one of the children.
Right.
Which one?
Jordan.
And but then he went on to say that school hadn't begun yet.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, well, what do you go to me, you go to open house so they can tell you why your kid is failing.
It's like parents' night. That's different.
That's not parents' night. What you did was parents' night, isn't it? Or open house is what you do the day before school
you
starts?
Just get to know, and you see the new teacher, and see the classroom, and get prepared.
You know, it's funny because I was talking about this with another friend of mine that has kids, and I decided they should have open house at work. Forget about it, you know, with your folks always coming in to see you like when you're in school, and then it stops immediately. You should have open house like where your folks come by here. Or like my dad says, Adam, enough with the masturbatory humor. It's really it's humiliating.
Yeah, I had my parents come to a show once.
Did he really say that? Wait a minute, wait.
He would if he came in here, is what I'm saying.
I see. He'd have to observe you at work. I see.
Yeah, I'd have to come in.
He wouldn't just have to meet with Ann or her bosses or anything.
Talk to the general manager,
right.
Talk to the program director. Your son. Problem is I mean, he's funny and everything, but he's really got to pick up the pace on the phone calls. He's not getting the phone numbers out. He's not back selling, whatever that means. You know, they could really talk shop with your folks. I like this idea. Your folks came out? Do your folks ever come out?
Actually, my dad and aunt and uncle came to the show last night that we played in San Bernardino. And in our first CD, there's a picture inside of my father naked. And
no.
Yeah.
Something we all requested. We wanted on our
No. It's just his backside and my sister's a baby on the counter. We have a big photo collage in our first CD, and I pointed him out on stage last night. He gave a big wave to 3,000 kids. Yeah, this is the naked guy.
Oh, my kids grow up.
It was bad. My mom came to one of our shows, and you guys, when our shows are really perverse, I guess, but I mean, it's all taken lighthearted. We're super toilet humor. We've been noted as a toilet humor band very heavily, and my mom will not come to any more shows. She's over it. So.
She had enough of that.
Yeah.
Like enough of you dry humping a mic stand or something like that.
What's up? Yeah. And she just.
But my mom sings the songs around the house, which is great.
That's what my mom.
Songs about masturbation. She walks around singing. She's all good with it.
Drew, you want to do some gambling on March Spencer?
I tell you what, the challenges I'm going to face.
Oh boy, your kids are going to be a mess, Drew. They really are. They're going to be so humiliated by what their dad does. Because parents, listen, I was embarrassed everybody's embarrassed by their parents, especially when they're younger. There's that phase, I don't know when it is, but you don't want them picking you up from school. You don't want you to
My dad was a nudist.
No.
No, I just.
Actually, I knew somebody's family was that way. And it was it's always a little weird when it gets imposed on the kids. All right, is this our call here, Drew?
Yeah.
Richard?
Yeah.
You're 17.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Sorry, I'm kind of thrilled to be on the show. I just wanted to say, Adam and Drew, you guys are awesome. And Blink, you guys are awesome.
Thanks.
You guys were excellent. I saw you guys with Pennywise.
Where at?
In Salt Lake City.
They're good. Yeah. We wanted to talk to you about Pennywise. We have some Fletcher stories that you would not even dream of.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I would. Having been sprayed by his gastric contents.
Yeah,
he threw urine on Tom.
I got urine thrown on me.
Yes, we are friends with Pennywise.
Oh, they're
How did he
awesome.
throw
I saw you guys at Warped Tour 2, and you guys were excellent.
Thanks.
We were actually in Australia, and he was on the phone, and Jim, the singer, walked by. He's all, "I'd get out of here right now if I were you." And I go, "Why?"
Yeah, Jim's like the front man for him. He's always like the good guy.
Right, Jim is the good guy.
He acts like the good guy.
Yeah,
but Jim knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Good band member, bad band member.
Yeah.
So he's fiddling around with a zipper, and I had no idea what's going on. Before I knew it, he totally urinated in this cup and threw about 16 ounces of Fletcher urine on me.
I got shocked by a car battery.
Yeah, they broke down our door and let off fire extinguishers.
Yeah, we were in Alaska one time, and they broke down our door. We actually had one of those big steel guitar cases propped up against the door, the deadbolt on and the latch on.
Because you knew who you were traveling with.
Yeah, and he came through all that.
Tabasco sauce
and vinegar mixed together in squirt bottles, squirted us in the eyes.
Oh, but that's nothing.
That's cool, huh?
I usually hear stories where him and his bandmates have actual feces throwing.
Yeah, but we could go on that.
Yeah. But anyway, sorry.
That is repugnant.
This is what Adam used to do with his friends. Was he one of your friends?
No, I should be an honorary member of the band.
Oh, you should be in there. Yeah.
Although, I grew out of this by 24, 25. So, I was quite young when I was in that monkey phase of my life. These guys, I mean, how old is
Maybe you could
Fletch?
teach him the jacuzzi enema experience that you so mastered.
Really, we really could talk, me and Fletch, I guess. I could give him some tips, although he'd really make whoever he went on tour with miserable after mastering that technique. All right, we're going to hear... Hey, wait a minute, Richard.
We still got, you still
got a
there?
question?
Yeah, I do actually have a question. I've got two, and I'll make them short.
Okay.
First of all, are you going to come to Salt Lake City area with Les and Jake?
Yes, we are.
And can I get on the backstage pass list?
You put out?
Can I?
You have any girls that are going to bring with?
I will bring as many as you want me to.
Mark needs a girlfriend.
Yeah, I need a girlfriend. Hook me up.
I'm not real popular at the high school, but I'll just...
That's a real good reference. Nobody really likes me, but I want to come to your show, but I could bring girls. Yeah. Well, is there a way we can get his name off?
We'll put him on. We'll put you on hold, Richard.
This is awesome. And I got one more question.
Okay.
Okay. The question is, I've been doing this since I was 3 or 4. And maybe
what's that?
Drew could help me out with this. The way I relax, this is the way I relax. I go home and I just I get my pillow and I bump my head on my pillow continuously.
For how long?
You're gay.
To music.
Please, wait a minute. You don't know that.
For how long? Until something happens, or is there a particular period of time?
No, this is a pretty good period of time, and I don't hurt myself. This is just the way I get relaxed and go to sleep. And I was just wondering.
Were you hyperactive as a child?
Yeah, I was actually. I have ADHD.
Yeah, that's an ADHD symptom, and it's a way of sort of. They call these kids wham bam kids when they're younger. That they basically the only way they can organize they're so overwhelmed by their sensory input, is the only way they can organize what comes in is by overwhelming the input with something very stimulating, like head banging.
Hey, I used to bang my head against the crib and move my crib around my house. I was told
but he's okay now.
I'm okay now. But it doesn't work on my car, though.
In and out.
Does, you mean had wheels on it, obviously?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Were you hyperactive?
I was knocked out at the time. You go in there and talk so fast.
You sure that wasn't your drunken stepdad who was banging your head against it?
No.
I feel better with my kids all the time.
Yeah?
Yes.
I'll tell you what. We don't have... Well, we want to hear another cut off of Dude Ranch. Don't yell. What the hell's... Hold on. What the hell's going on in there? All right, turn that damn thing down, though, would you, Mike? It is so painful. I heard Ann screaming in there, or was that Sherry? All right. All right. Now I got to turn my headphones down. Oh, how many times have I asked Mike to turn down that feed thing that he talks into me? Okay. Mike, get the vomit thing. Get the Fletch vomit thing. Can you get that? Oh, it is?
I've never heard that.
Okay, let's enjoy that, and then we'll enjoy a cut off of Dude Ranch.
Okay, go ahead.
That's fine. I mean, I was just wondering, what's the...
No, please don't throw up on me.
Loveline is over. I'm pretty much currently... Okay, bye. Yes, Loveline is over. It's not our fault. We have a big, ugly man in our guitar band. And, yes.
Get the hell out. Are we on the air?
All right, I was not... This happened on this show before I was here.
Yes.
Probably how long
It didn't
before?
happen on the show. It happened on me.
Yes, but you were chased around by Fletcher's.
Chased me.
You don't know things. He was actually so drunk in Europe one time, he put a cape on and went around biting people on the streets.
This is a story that we heard.
He chased me vomiting on him. Then when the spontaneous vomiting stopped, he started sticking his finger down his throat and just... I only get him off me. There was an old, different studio, and I was actually climbed up onto some your bookcases you built, Adam.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was punching this guy to get him off me, and it was like something out of a movie, where they punch him real hard, they don't budge.
Wow.
They don't move at all.
How big is he?
Fletcher's big, but you got to understand one thing about Fletcher.
I will guess 6'8", 250 to 270.
Somewhere in there.
He's got a tattoo this big on his back.
No, he can't say what it says.
I can't say what it says.
F off.
F off.
Really?
There's other
But you got to
letters.
understand about Fletcher. He is one of the nicest guys in the...
Oh, yeah.
All hair.
No, seriously, he's helped
He
us
looks
out.
like Cousin It. Just a huge, hairy.
This is,
He's a rad guy, though. He really
yeah.
is. I mean, he's the most punk rock guy I've ever
Listen,
met,
just
but-
because we're talking about
we're
him
talking
vomiting on Drew doesn't mean we're trashing the guy.
Okay.
No,
He's
but
scoring
we're very
points.
sensitive about that because we have to tour with them at some point again.
I know, we
So
can't, like,
Oh.
we're dead if we say anything back, so stop it.
Oh yeah,
He's a great guy.
I mean, he's throwing Tabasco in your eye, and you're on good terms.
Oh, and the cops-
Imagine when he gets pissed off.
No, it's more like a tour initiation thing, actually.
It's hazing.
Yeah,
have it
it's just
stop.
like hazing.
Oh.
I hope we're already initiated.
Well, Drew, you can
I hope
now-
we're done.
We can tour with them now, right?
Yes,
I can tour with
you
them
can
now.
open for
Yeah.
Pennywise.
Yeah.
You've been vomited upon. All right, when we come back with Blink-182, we will hear something off the Dude Ranch CD. All right, Scott, Tom, and Mark are here from Blink-182. The name of the CD is Dude Ranch, and we have another cut to play for you off of the aforementioned CD. This one, Mike, you ready? Yeah, okay. He gives me that look like he's always ready. This one is called Untitled. Untitled from Blink-182 off of Dude Ranch. Yeah, I like that one.
Thanks.
He wrote it for you. I wrote it about you.
You did, didn't you?
I don't even know what
No, but you know what? I like a. I'm trying to liken it to something. I like music that's. I don't mind whether it's punk or ska or hard rock or whatever, but I like a beat. I like to move along, and that song kind of reminded me of. And you guys are way too young for this, but. Back when there was something called New Wave.
Oh,
I read about that somewhere once.
And there were the guys like Joe Jackson and Elvis Costello.
Right.
But this is like 79, 80, not all that Into the Night or any of that jazz
Right.
stuff. But Joe Jackson, like people don't know that guy used to really smoke when he was in his younger days. He was all pissed off and everything. I guess he made money and
Went soft.
soft, yeah. But it kind of reminded that Fast beat.
Mark's a huge Culture Club fan, and he always has been, and maybe
Yeah.
it's kind of new wave era, isn't it?
Yeah, you serious?
No.
Good.
There's another thing. They had for our listeners' sake, these guys were doing some liners for us. Where they say this is so and so, you're listening to so and so, and it really got exposed to their command of the language they use, the language.
Hey, that's funny. He's an English major.
And I thought to myself, is this what your parents are upset about? Is this and how you when knowing your parents in the audience, you let a few of those fly?
Oh yeah, it's actually really funny because when I was growing up, we couldn't say "but" in our house. Like we weren't allowed to say "but." We'd have to
Your
say
spring
"bottom."
theory, by the way.
And then,
Right.
like, somehow I grew up and I completely metamorphosized our family into this cursing, potty humor
Spitting.
family. It's just
They
really bad
urinate
now.
in the corners. It's gross.
So you single-handedly...
I single-handedly changed my whole family around. Sent them all to hell.
What he's saying is they changed them in such a way they had to tolerate his doing all this stuff in their household.
Yeah,
Right.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's all right.
You can point the blame at me, or I can take all the glory.
But it does point out Adam's theory about the
Spring theory?
yeah.
Yes, the peanut brittle
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you try to get your kid, if you try to force them into anything, it always snaps around and kicks you in the ass.
How is that like a peanut brittle can?
Well, you know those gag snake cans
Oh, right.
where
Oh,
you
yeah,
think
yeah,
you're getting a can of peanut brittle and you pull the lid off and the snakes come flying around? It's like when you tell your kid, listen, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this.
Right.
Then they end up doing it and doing it a lot.
That's
Right.
totally
And
not-
I've made a career out of it.
Right.
That's exactly like
Don't
that guy,
cuss, don't cuss. Now I hear about that guano.
I'm not gonna cuss.
Nice.
Oh, him? No, I was just gonna say that's exactly like our friend Steve.
Oh, yeah.
This guy
He grew
named,
up like that.
This guy named Steve that we know in San Diego. He was brought up like his parents were really harsh on him to be straight and stuff. They were totally against homosexuals.
I was just going to bring this up.
And we're just like, we always call him because that's his last name. Oh, and he kind of, but he's just totally gay. Like,
Right, that's what happens. That's why I'm going to get my boy a stuffed penis when he's 6 years old.
Yeah, just be gay around your kids.
That message comes courtesy of Rick DeVoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of those things you told us.
Who's this?
Amber.
Let's see over here. Amber, you're 16.
Yeah, hey guys.
Hey.
Hi.
I have a question. I'm talking to this guy right now. His name's Andrew. We're really into each other. We're very interested in each other. But I found out that he's like a self-mutilator. He does things to himself. He'll cut his arms or burn himself with things. And I used to be a self-mutilator, but I'm not anymore. And
Gave it up for Lent?
No.
So you have a sense of what makes people do that.
Yes.
Right. Did you have some treatment or just
No, I just stopped.
sort of grew out of it?
Sort of,
body
but
parts.
not really. And, like, I know that we're probably going to get together and, be boyfriend, girlfriend, but, like, I don't want him to hurt himself. And I don't know what to, like...
Well, maybe you have a better insight because you have been through that.
Yeah, what could somebody have told you to get you to stop doing it?
I don't know.
Probably nothing, huh?
Basically.
That's what's so scary about this, I suspect.
Well, you just stopped on your own?
Yeah, basically.
Well, something got better. Whatever was distressing you must have improved.
Not really. I just quit.
You weren't feeling better after a while?
Some things happen, like, some good things would go on and I'd be happier, and so I wouldn't do it, but, like...
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, sort of, but might not stop completely.
That's great. I love that everyone denies Drew completely, 100% of the time. It's always, I love that trait in people.
Gratifying.
Quiet down, Drew. Tom's talking. Tom?
Well, I just wondered, do people do this? I mean, okay. Yeah, I don't know, do people do this only because they're emotionally messed up, or they do it just because they think it's fun, or is there always some...
What is the draw with self-mutilation?
I know, I don't...
It's a way of releasing tension, basically. It's a way of sort of trying to deal with overwhelming feelings.
But isn't it people that got screwed with, too, and they're going to screw with themselves before someone else screws with them?
That's more tattooing and heavy, scar. That's sort of paraphernalia people put on themselves.
I can think of a lot better way to relieve tension.
I know, I was going to say that. I tried a few different things, and I found about 4 different...
Can I suggest something to you?
What?
No, for your boyfriend-to-be. Tell him that if he needs to relieve tension, just, masturbate. It's really simple.
No, he doesn't do that.
I got a book.
He doesn't do that?
Okay. Yeah. Is that what he told you?
Oh, boy.
Wait, I heard this 2 nights ago. Okay. I heard this 2 nights ago. Some guy...
I'd put a cigarette out on my forearm, too, if I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
He does that, too. He'll, like, burn himself with cigarettes.
He burns his penis?
No, in his hands.
Oh.
Now, does he smoke, by the way, or does he just have to go out and buy a pack to burn himself?
It's a lot of money, Ed.
No. It's like, he'll just do it. He says he does it because he's bored, but...
Okay.
Does he have cable?
Does he leave the plunger in the toilet?
Amber.
Yeah.
Are you sure it's such a good idea to get hooked up with a guy who burns himself because he's bored?
I don't know. I, like, care about him.
You do?
Yeah. That's why I want to, like, talk to him about it.
All right, but, there's people I care about that I don't get involved with.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You think you could care about him and not strike up a relationship with him?
Probably not.
Okay, so you're committed to being committed to this guy.
Yes.
And you should probably then do some work on this problem. And his answer of "I was bored" is probably not a realistic answer in terms of why he burns himself.
But I don't want to, like, go accusing him of, like, having some horrible past if he hasn't.
Well, the probability is overwhelmingly good that he has, and you know what it takes to get into that state where you need to mutilate. And you can start from that place. And maybe you don't want to divulge that to him, but if you're willing to talk about it, at least you can say, I used to do this. Here is what caused me to do it. Here's what it felt like to do it. And here's how I stopped.
All right. Well, Drew's mutilation pager's going off. Drew, who is that?
Hospital.
Okay. Oh, boy, you're screwed, aren't you? You're going to have to go somewhere after work,
Possibly.
aren't you? Oh. Yes.
So you think I shouldn't get involved with him because he's a mutilator?
Listen, I'm not saying that because people have emotional difficulties, we have to shun them as a society. But when you get involved in a relationship with somebody, it's difficult. Even the sanest people are a pain in the ass after about 3 weeks.
Right.
So someone who's a little bit screwed up emotionally, you can really be in for a tough road. A hoe.
Yep.
You understand, Amber?
And if Amber, your emotional past history is not that of great stability.
Right.
And so you throw an unstable person in with an unstable person, you don't get stability, you get worse. You get worse problems.
Right. He needs someone who is the opposite of himself, someone who uses too much lotion. And I don't mean that in a masturbatory way, but someone who pampers themselves too much.
Too much talc.
Yes, too much talc, too much lotion, too many pedicures. This is the person they need to be hooked up with. Sandra.
Hi.
Hey, you're 36.
Yes, I am. How are you?
Good.
Good. I have a question for Dr. Drew.
Yes, ma'am.
About 2 years ago, I was living at a board and care facility, and one day someone just beat me up, and I don't really have any recollection of it at all. And
what kind of care is that? I understand the board part, but the care. Was it Fletch?
Pardon me?
Was it Fletcher?
I don't know.
Could have been. He may have mistook you. You may have got the wrong room.
that apparently I was semi-catatonic, and for the next 6 weeks I don't remember anything. And my question is, would that be more physiological or psychological?
Complex question. What kind of medical problems do you have?
Schizophrenia.
Yeah, so it's hard to know whether or not it triggered some kind of fugue state as a part of your schizophrenic syndrome, or whether or not you had a concussion, or both. And I would sort of put my money on both. That definitely you get hit over the head. Yeah. It makes you forget what happened before the injury. It makes you have difficulty remembering things for a while afterwards, depending on how severe the head injury is. And if you also then have, in addition to biological imbalance, that can be made worse during all this stress, and can further add to your difficulty remembering what happened.
Oh, what a crappy life.
Someone just came in and beat her up for no reason?
Yeah, you got schizophrenia, you're staying in a boarding care place.
Psychiatric patient who...
I see. Right.
That's why there should not be nut houses. There should just be like a nut condo where it's just one person. Because you got some dangerous guy in the room next to you who thinks Napoleon is falling asleep in the room next to him, and he's going to go exact his revenge because he's of Russian descent. Yeah, that's a lot of knowledge.
Wow, that was a good reference.
Wow, thank you, guys.
Yeah, that was...
Woo. All right, I'm going to bask in my own glory for just one moment here, and we'll be back with more Loveline and Blink-182 after this.